Coming up now on 652, as promised this morning, U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy joining Rob and I on the line this morning. Sir, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing just fine for, I don't know, it's Monday, though. It's rolled around again,
and it's kind of rainy here today.
You know, we are alive. We're in a great state of Louisiana.
This is true.
We got so many blessings. Get over it, guys.
You know, I just need to record this, and that's what needs to wake me up every day.
That's right.
Rob, it's 3:30, but you're alive, and you woke up this morning. Just take your shower and go to work. Thanks to Senator Bill Cassidy.
Take a deep breath and say, man, I am a blessed human being.
This is true.
So can we have you wake up this early every morning just to inspire us? 6 o'clock every morning. So you recently made a trip down to the border to kind of get a first-hand view of what the problem is, how big the problem is. What did you come away with, Senator?
Well, to quote one of our presidential candidates, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem.
It's huge.
I mean, it isn't about building a wall. They have a place, a point of entry, where about one point of entry, where 2,000 18-wheelers go south every day, 2,000 go north, and we've got very sophisticated ways to detect contraband. So they'll take an 18-wheeler into a room, and they will do an X-ray of the entire 18-wheeler all at once. Mm-hmm. And they catch huge amounts of guns going south. I mean, like armor-piercing weapons without serial numbers. So that's, guns going to Mexico for the cartels. They get drugs going north, and they show me all this cocaine and heroin, marijuana. They show me the pictures of the X-rays with marijuana mixed in with a lot of lemons or cocaine stuffed in tires. And I say, how much of this do you actually think you catch? And knowing that they'll give me a good number. And they say, about a third.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's 300 billion, I think they told me, of goods shipped through that border legally, because they have multiple points of entry. And they think they're catching a third. Now, these people are working hard. They have sophisticated equipment. But there's just a lot of stuff going back and forth.
See, I guess my thought would have been, okay, what's getting in is just slipping through. The majority's being caught. But to know that the majority is not. They're not even
amazing.
finding the majority. Wow. Yeah. So what do you think is the fix? I mean, what would you do in the situation if you could change how we do things? I know you talked about the number of points of entry. Should we cut that down?
The points of entry, most of those goods, if you're eating grapes this winter, a lot of those grapes will come from, or avocados, or any of the fresh produce that we enjoy, that your doctor tells you to eat. Probably coming from North Mexico. So on the one hand, let's just, the reason that there's so much goods is there's so much that's being brought that we enjoy eating. They showed me these refrigerated, again, going back to the sophistication, refrigerated warehouses. They can bring in goods that are frozen that we want to eat. Raspberries, for example, look at them, and they can keep them cold even in South Texas heat. Mm-hmm. So we need better intel. We need Mexico to control those cartels on the south side of the border. We have to do a lot about our demand. I'm having a meeting coming up in the next couple of weeks with a woman that directs the National Institute for Drug Abuse. She's from Mexico originally, but very, very much concerned about the demand we have, which basically is driving people to produce the drugs. There's no simple one solution. It is doing this, doing that, and doing that. And through it all, you start to control the flow of drugs and contraband.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be...
It's a big problem. I agree with you. It does sound huge. It sounds really huge. Mm-hmm. So, Senator, you've always been a champion of mental health care and talking about how just the care and sometimes the stigma surrounding it in our country really leads to a lack of care. You have a new proposal that could help those who suffer from mental illnesses.
Yeah, so mental health, I mean, everybody... Listen, whenever I talk about this, I start by saying everybody listening either has a family member or someone they know with problems with either addiction or mental health issues, major mental illness. Mm. And two of my family, if it's not in your family, think of that person you went to high school with great promise, who ended up spiraling downward with no one to rescue. In Lafayette, obviously, the guy that shot up the movie theater. Terrible story, but that's been repeated over and over again. And so we have a mental health bill. The federal government spends about $500 million in one agency, but more in other agencies. And as you might guess, it's the federal government. So instead of focusing it where it's needed, coordinating between agencies, they just kind of spread it around. You know, just imagine a kid with some Jell-O or some pudding on his desk, and he just starts to spread it around. And there's nothing focused about it. It's just, you know, he just wants to spread that Jell-O. Well, that's the way the federal government spends our mental health dollars. Our bill takes that money, focuses it down, increasing the number of providers, increasing the support so that when a young lady has her first psychotic episode, you wrap around her all the services that she needs so that her first psychotic episode is her last. Her family stays together. She does well. She continues on paying taxes, holding a job, waking up on a Monday morning and thinking, aren't I blessed to be alive?
You know, hopefully, Senator, it's something that we can actually have happen and do so that we can streamline some of these issues. There's just not enough out there to help people.
Well, I'll tell you, we've had great bipartisan support. So Chris Murphy is a liberal senator from Connecticut, big into gun control. I'm big into the Second Amendment. We've kind of divorced this from the gun control issue, and that's where it's always kind of hit the rocks before. So we've divorced that, and we're only focused on mental illness. And the big thing now is it's election year politics. And it's hard to get things through Congress when folks are fighting over, you know, one, there's limited time. We have appropriations bills lined up and that like that. But still, so it may, but we've done so much work on bipartisan. I'm hoping it works. We'll see.
U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy has been our guest. Sir, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us this morning. And you know what? Now Rob and I are in the right frame of mind this morning. We woke up.
I know what I'm going to get you guys. I'm going to get you a coffee vape.
I think we need it. That's a great idea. Senator, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. You know, it makes a good point. You know, a little coffee vaping here and there, that'd be lovely.
We would be. We'd be much happier people.
We would be much happier people.
All right. 6:59, Bernie has news, weather, and traffic coming up.